What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming, the show where we talk about the latest and greatest in business happenings for gaming, esports, and creator news. I'm your host, 𝗠𝗿𝗶, here for the first full week of March 2024. Let's dive right into it. Our first top 3 story, Apple and Epic Games are having a quarrel here. For context, let's start from the first move this past week. Apple terminated Epic's developer account for iOS earlier in the week. At the time, this meant that Epic Games could not continue developing the Epic Games Store for iOS, which Epic Games said is a serious violation of the Digital Markets Act and shows Apple has no intention of allowing true competition on iOS devices. Earlier the week as well, Epic Games in a public statement said that one of the reasons why Apple terminated its developer account was because Epic Games criticized their proposed DMA compliance plan. Additionally, an email from Apple executive claimed that Epic's past practice of intentionally violating contractual provisions with which it disagrees gave suspicion that Epic Sweden may not follow Apple's rules. As a result, an EU Commission spokesperson requested further explanations on this from Apple under the DMA and were evaluating whether Apple's actions raised doubts on their compliance with the Digital Services Act and the Platform to Business Regulation. Now, as of Friday, Apple promised the EU Commission that it would reinstate Epic's developer account, which would remove the block against the upcoming iOS App Store from Epic Games. Epic Games states that this sends a strong signal to developers that the European Commission will act swiftly to enforce the Digital Markets Act and hold gatekeepers accountable. So after all is said and done, Epic Games will have the ability to make its own iOS App Store, but it seems that these two companies are always in conflict. And while this is supposedly okay for now, who knows when the next conflict may come up, what it'll be over, and how this may affect other companies that want to make their own app stores on iOS as well. For our second top 3 story, $120 million of an esports and gaming fund has come from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's National Development Fund, or NDF, has partnered with the Social Development Bank, SDB, to establish 2 VC funds worth a combined $120 million to promote gaming and esports sectors in Saudi Arabia. This was announced during LEAP 2024 and is a part of the Gaming and Esports Financing Program, which was created with the Saudi Esports Federation. Merak Capital and Impact 46 will manage the funds and will work to accelerate growth, enhance local content development, and amplify the industry's economic and social impact. Merak's Capital's $80 million portion of the fund will go towards establishing a gaming accelerator to spur growth and cultivate local gaming talent. And Impact 46's $40 million portion of the fund will look to stimulate private sector investment in the local industry and seek attraction from international firms and studios to establish more of a presence in Saudi Arabia. Once again, Saudi Arabia continues to put more money towards esports and gaming, and I'll be curious to see if any other regions start investing this amount of capital from a government perspective as well. Esports World Cup Federation has partnered with Kydia, Level Infinite, and Ubisoft. As we were just speaking about Saudi Arabia, let's continue that conversation. Firstly, the Kydia partnership will see Saudi Arabia and Planned Entertainment City serve as the tournament's nexus partner. This means that Kydia Gaming and Esports District will be the home for the next 3 years for the Esports World Cup. And the Esports World Cup, starting in 2024, will feature StarCraft 2, CS2, Dota 2, MLBB, Free Fire, PUBG Mobile, and more. And Kydia will also be the presenting partner for the Elite Player Lounge and Kydia Esports Arena. The Gaming and Esports District of the city will host multiple dedicated esports venues, themed hotels, and practice facilities for up to 20 esports teams, and the city will also be regional HQs for 30 gaming companies. For the Level Infinite partnership, this will see PUBG Mobile and Honor of Kings tournaments take place as well for the Esports World Cup. As well, there will be other events and collaborations over the next 3 years. The partnership will focus on driving PUBG Mobile and Honor of Kings esports ecosystems forward, and both parties mentioned that there will be over 1,000 events hosted globally for both titles. For reference, the Kydia and Level Infinite partnerships were announced on the same day this past week. And finally, for the Ubisoft partnership, this will see Rainbow Six Siege become an esport in the Esports World Cup. Not much else was revealed, though the dates and formats will likely be revealed at a later time, and this comes after Rainbow Six was a title in last year's Gamers 8 tournament with a prize pool of $2 million, which is quite sizable. Overall, it seems that, once again, Saudi Arabia, they're pouring a lot of money into gaming and esports at an unprecedented rate. Controversy around the Saudi investment into esports still exists from community members, but it's yet to be seen if developers and publishers will have any objections with the amount of money that Saudi Arabia is pushing into the space. As far as partnerships go, T1 partnered with HSBC. The partnership will focus on HSBC One, which is the Hong Kong-focused bank account, with T1's League of Legends roster at the center of these activations. T1 will host a fan event where its League of Legends roster will visit Hong Kong and is only available for customers who set up an HSBC One account, which is pretty smart marketing tactic if you ask me. Samsung partnered with NRG and 𝗠𝗿 Gaming. The partnership will result in a PUBG Mobile esports team dubbed NRG Galaxy. The team will compete in the PUBG Mobile Super League Americas for spring 2024 and will feature a North American roster, which is a change for the heavily Asian-dominated esports scene. The expanded partnership will also see Samsung be included in 2 major content series with 𝗠𝗿 Gaming, with Samsung X FSG Super Spring Break series taking place soon that will feature Samsung's mobile devices and accessories. 𝗠𝗿 by AOC partnered with Red Bull. TPV, or 𝗠𝗿 by AOC, will become the official monitor partner of the Street Fighter 6 tournament Red Bull 𝗠𝗿, which will be taking place in Brooklyn later this month. The 𝗠𝗿 brand has sponsored over 500 Red Bull events across 23 countries, so this partnership evidently runs pretty deep. Unlocked partnered with the telco company Orange. The partnership will see Orange have naming rights to the Elite Series organized by Unlocked. The league will now be called Orange Elite Series League of Legends for the rest of the 2024 season, with content activations taking place as well. Zenny Optical partnered with the game Hers. Zenny Optical will work with the game Hers to integrate eye health education into various initiatives, and the 2 brands will also launch a new branded collection showcasing a diverse range of frame styles based on the game Hers community. As far as finance and M&A goes, BrainJar Games have raised a $6.7 million seed round. The round will be put towards its debut project Dead as Disco, which is described as a combination of John Wick and Baby Driver, and it's planned to launch in 2025. Transcend Fund and Menlo Ventures co-led the round with participation from One Up Ventures and others as well. Jabali have raised a $5 million seed round. Jabali aims to help advance game engines and power game designers and devs by using generative AI-powered game engines to allow users to create unique games without extensive game development expertise. The round is led by Bitcraft Ventures with participation from Sapphire Sport, Sony Innovation Fund, Canonical Ventures, and others as well. KID have raised $5.4 million in funding. For reference, KID is a kids safety and compliance tech platform for games that will allow kids, teens, and parents to tailor gameplay and social features to be age appropriate. The funding comes in the form of pre-seed and seed rounds, with A16Z Games leading the pre-seed round and Convoy Ventures leading the seed round, with Turda Ventures participating as well. As far as workforce changes go, Remco Verheij has joined Newzoo as the CFO. Remco has a ton of experience in finance, as he was the global FP&A manager for reporting and analysis at JDE Peet's for most recently for 3.5 years. He was also senior manager for FP&A for the SEMA, MEA, and Benelux region at Activision Blizzard for 4 years. He's a certified management accountant from VU Amsterdam. Jacob McNally has joined Overclockers UK as a partnerships and relationships manager. He was most recently with Epic.land doing partnerships for nearly 2 years, so he knows the gaming space pretty well. He was also at Butters John B as a property manager and lettings negotiator. He's also a relatively new grad holding a master's in esports from Staffordshire University. Murray Pennell joins PlayFusion as a CMO. Murray was with Build a Rocket Boy most recently as the SVP of Global Marketing, and before that he was with 2K as the VP of Publishing for Europe and was the Marketing Director for the UK and Ireland and PlayStation in the past as well. Evidently, he has a ton of experience in the gaming space. He holds a bachelor's in geography from Exeter University. John Love and Allison McDuffie joined Roblox as the VP of Business Development and the Global Head of Brand Insights and Measurement, respectively. John was at Disney for 11 years prior to his little break from working, and at Disney, he was the VP of Interactive Experiences. He was also the CEO of Spot Mixer and COO of One True Media in the past as well, and he holds an MBA from the University of Minnesota. Allison was most recently with Twitch for 4 years, serving as the Head of Insights and Measurement. Before that, she was at NBC Universal as the VP of Insights and Measurement too. She also spent time with Disney as well as John, and she holds a bachelor's in Broadcast Communications from Elon University. Otto Bonning has joined DataBet as the head of sales. Otto was previously a professional golfer with the PGA and has done a lot in sales and business development as well. He was most recently the head of sales for Parlay Bay and was the BD manager for Junior Sports as well. And he holds a bachelor's in sports management from the University of West Florida. Lewis Anderson has been promoted to assistant manager for gaming at Chivas Brothers. Lewis has been with Chivas Brothers for nearly 5 years now, has moved his way up from market associate and Scotch and whiskey ambassador as well to where he is now. He was also an engineering assistant in the past and has worked in the alcohol space for quite a bit as well. He holds a bachelor's of engineering from the University of the Highlands and Islands. Winter Molinix joins Wicked Fox Games as a narrative director. Winter has a lot of experience in gaming as she was a narrative director for Cryptic Studios for 4 years. She was also a top game dev voice on LinkedIn, which is awesome. And she spent time with Nexon doing community management as well as robot entertainment and Playful Studios as well. She holds an associate's in science from Collin College. As far as new stuff goes, PGL are going to invest $8 million towards Dota 2 Esports. PGL will be hosting 8 LAN tournaments for Dota 2 between 2024 and 2026, each with a $1 million prize pool. This will begin with the first event in Bucharest in May 2024, with 3 other events in 2025 and 2026 each. Capcom are going to increase all salaries by around 5%. The company plans to raise pay by an average of 5% over the fiscal year 2024, and new grads are also having their base pay rise about 28%, which is a nice jump for them. All current employees will also receive a one-time additional payment. Mattel are going to begin self-publishing for games. Mike DeLay, the global head of digital gaming at Mattel, mentioned how the company will be working closely with large and small developers to make Mattel-branded games and to expand its presence in the space. The company is taking on this selective approach in addition to the joint venture with NetEase, Mattel 163, and its licensing business as well. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Credit to the authors and brands themselves for the images and information provided. If you want to go show some support to the Esports Advocate, click their link down in the comments. And if you want to show some support to me, tag someone in the comments who would find this valuable or share this with your audience. And as always, everybody, have a great day.